Your wife turns 42 and suddenly everything feels different. She spends hours on Instagram liking photos of young, fit guys. She rewatches shows full of romance. She gets extra dressed up for the gym and goes at times when mostly younger men are there. Then one day she says, "I'm not happy. I need time for myself." Soon she's posting selfies with a man who looks young enough to be your son. People online clap and say, "Age is just a number. You go, girl, and live your best life." But behind the fun posts is a deeper truth. It's not just desire, it's fear. Fear of aging, fear of being unseen, fear that her life didn't turn out the way she hoped. Younger men feel exciting because they notice her, compliment her, and give her a burst of energy she hasn't felt in years. It feels like freedom, like a fresh start. But that excitement can fade fast, and when the spotlight moves away, she's left with the same feelings she was trying to escape. The shift you notice. At first, it's small things, things you might ignore or explain away. But together, they form a pattern that's impossible to miss. She starts changing fast, and the pace surprises you. Her phone becomes her main focus. She spends more time scrolling, following new people you've never heard of, especially young, attractive guys posting gym pictures, travel photos, or confident selfies. You notice she likes nearly everything they post. She laughs at their videos, she comments more. Suddenly, her online world looks nothing like it used to. Then her choice of entertainment shifts. She starts watching shows full of romance, fantasy, excitement, and passion. Stories about people starting fresh, falling in love, having adventures. She watches them again and again, as if escaping into another life. It's not background noise anymore. She looks emotionally connected to it. You see her eyes light up in ways you haven't seen in a while. Her schedule changes too. She begins going to the gym more often, even though she barely went before. She picks times she never used to, late evenings, early mornings, hours when most of the younger crowd is there. She buys new workout clothes, does her hair, puts on makeup even for a quick session. She suddenly becomes passionate about fitness, health, and self-care. But the timing, the energy, and the way she presents herself suggests something else. She wants to be seen. She wants to be noticed. And not just by anyone, by younger eyes. Then comes the emotional distance. Conversations grow shorter. She stops sharing her thoughts with you. She laughs less at your jokes. She stays on her phone late at night. She brushes off simple questions. When you ask if everything is okay, she says, "I'm just tired," or "I need space," or "I'm figuring myself out." And then the big shift arrives. She says she isn't happy. She says she needs time. She says she feels lost. Words like finding myself, rediscovering who I am, or needing to breathe enter the conversation. These are phrases you've never heard from her before, at least not like this. Suddenly, the life you built together feels distant to her, as if she's stepping away from it emotionally, one piece at a time. Soon she starts going out more. New outfits, new confidence, new energy. She becomes social in a way she hasn't been for years. Her social media changes, new poses, edited photos, filters, captions about freedom, empowerment, reinvention, starting fresh. Quotes about living life for me now, choosing happiness, and doing what feels right. And then it happens. She's seen with a much younger man, maybe just photos at first, maybe a friend, maybe a trainer, maybe a coworker's son. Someone who is clearly far younger than her. Someone she seems excited around, too excited. Someone who gives her attention that feels new. Her feed fills with hints, subtle and not so subtle. Smiling selfies, drinks, gym shots, motivational quotes, phrases like, "Age is just a number," "I finally feel alive," or "You only live once." To the outside world, it looks bold, adventurous, empowered. People cheer her on. "Yes, Queen. You look amazing. Live your truth." But from your view, it feels like something else, like a person fighting something inside herself, like someone trying to outrun her fears rather than face them. The fast changes, the sudden confidence, the new habits, it all feels like a storm. Not a calm decision, but a reaction to emotions she doesn't know how to deal with. You see the nervous energy behind the smiles. You see the restlessness hiding under the new lifestyle. You notice she is constantly trying to prove something, to herself, to the world, maybe to you. The photos look happy, but the real person behind the camera seems confused, overwhelmed, and unsure. This isn't pure joy. This is an escape. It's fear dressed as adventure. It's insecurity dressed as freedom. It's not empowerment, it's avoidance. You're watching a transformation, not because she found something new, but because she's trying desperately not to face what feels old, heavy, or painful. Underneath the clothes, filters, gym trips, and younger company is a simple truth. She is afraid of fading. Afraid of feeling invisible. Afraid of aging. Afraid of losing her sense of worth. From a distance, her life looks bold and bright. But up close, it looks fragile. She's chasing a feeling she once had and is terrified she'll never feel again. What's really driving it? When a woman suddenly becomes interested in younger men, it usually isn't just about physical attraction. On the surface, it might look like she wants excitement, fun, and attention. But beneath that surface, deeper feelings often exist, feelings many people carry in midlife, even if they never say the words out loud. For many women in their 40s and 50s, something shifts inside. They start to realize how quickly time has passed. Kids are older, routines are the same, marriage feels predictable, and life seems to have lost some color. They may wonder, is this all there is? Did I become the person I wanted to be? These questions can be uncomfortable and even scary. They bring up emotions that are hard to talk about, especially if for years she has been the one keeping everything together. She may feel invisible, not because people ignore her, but because she has spent so long being a mother, a wife, a worker, a caregiver, a problem solver, that she forgot how to be herself. When everything is about others, it's easy to feel like you disappear in your own life. And then something simple happens. Someone younger pays attention. A compliment, a smile, a conversation that feels fresh. It lights up a part of her she thought was gone. It feels like sunlight after a long winter. It feels like being noticed again. And that feeling, even for a short moment, can be incredibly powerful. This attention is not just about romance or desire. It's about emotional oxygen after years of holding her breath. Younger men often feel energetic, curious, playful, and spontaneous. That can remind her of a part of herself she lost along the way, the free, confident, fearless version of her from long ago. When she receives attention from someone younger, it can feel like proof she still matters, proof she's still attractive, proof she hasn't faded. It's not the man she's chasing, it's what his attention represents. Over time, she may begin to think of herself differently. She dresses differently, takes more care of her appearance, smiles more, or feels more alive. It's not because she wants to become younger, it's because she wants to feel alive again. This is an emotional shift, not just a romantic one. She might also be dealing with unspoken disappointments, dreams she never followed, goals she never reached, parts of herself she put aside so others could have what they needed. The younger man becomes a symbol of possibility, adventure, and new chances. In her mind, he represents a version of life that is more exciting than the one she currently has. These feelings can build into something strong and confusing. She may start comparing her marriage or long-term relationship to this new attention. The younger man seems fun, easy, full of praise, full of interest. Meanwhile, the marriage may feel routine or emotionally distant. This comparison can warp reality. Real life with responsibilities will never feel as thrilling as something new and flattering. But the brain doesn't always think logically when emotions are involved. The truth is, many women in midlife are not trying to replace their partner. They are trying to replace a feeling they lost, the feeling of being seen and appreciated. When someone younger gives attention, it becomes a shortcut to that feeling. A quick burst of confidence, a shot of emotional adrenaline. It's not a judgment, it's human. Anyone, man or woman, can fall into this pattern. Underneath all of this is a simple emotional need, to feel valued, noticed, and alive. But this feeling can be misleading. Sometimes it becomes addictive. The younger man's attention becomes like a spark she keeps chasing, hoping it will fix the emptiness inside. But the real issue isn't age or attraction or even romance. It's the fear of fading, the fear of being unimportant, the fear of life passing too fast. So what's really driving it? A longing for meaning, connection, self-worth, and identity. A desire to feel wanted, a need to feel like her life still has excitement and possibility. A search for the version of herself she misses. And while all these feelings are real and valid, the external attention she seeks can't solve inner struggles. The true work, the lasting change, comes from rebuilding self-worth, reconnecting with herself, and finding stability from the inside, not from someone else's praise. The social media spell. Social media makes everything look better than it really is. Online, you see stories about older women dating younger men, and everyone is cheering for them. You're amazing. Age is just a number. Live your truth. People post hearts and fire emojis. The photos look fun, full of smiles, vacations, perfect lighting, and romantic captions. It all seems powerful and exciting, like a movie where the woman suddenly becomes the center of attention again. But what you see online is never the whole story. Behind those happy photos are real feelings that don't make it to Instagram. When the phone screen turns off and the filters disappear, the truth is often very different. Many women feel overwhelmed, confused, unsure, and tired. What looked like empowerment on social media often feels like emotional chaos in private. At first, the younger man seems like a fantasy. He messages a lot, he compliments her, he pays attention to her stories. He seems impressed by her life experience. He gives her the spark she feels she lost years ago. It feels exciting, the kind of excitement she hasn't felt in a long time. She feels seen again, wanted again, interesting again. But the reality behind that attention is often unstable. Younger men can be unpredictable. One day he's texting non-stop. The next day, he disappears. She feels special when he wants her, but anxious when he doesn't. She might tell herself he's just busy or he's going through something, but usually he's simply not as invested as she hoped. The signals are mixed and her emotions go up and down like a roller coaster. Ghosting becomes part of the story. One week, everything is amazing. Romantic messages, passionate nights, new plans. Then he stops replying for hours, days, sometimes weeks. She checks her phone constantly, waiting for his name to appear. When it finally does, she feels relief, like she did something right. But this cycle repeats again and again, draining her emotionally. Then comes the moment she realizes he wasn't only talking to her. Maybe she sees a message pop up on his phone. Maybe he slips and mentions something that doesn't make sense. Maybe a friend warns her. Maybe she sees him flirting with someone younger on social media. The connection that seemed so special suddenly feels painfully common. She thought she was the main focus, but she was one of many. Money also becomes a part of the story, even when she doesn't see it happening at first. She pays for dinners because she earns more. She books the weekend trips because he can't. She helps with rent or car repairs because he's trying to get his life together. She buys him clothes because he needs them for work. She thinks she's supporting a future together, but in reality, she's often funding a temporary fantasy. One day, she looks back and realizes she spent far more than she expected. Money, energy, attention, time. She gave so much, hoping it would lead to something deeper. But he gave only what he felt comfortable giving. Moments, not commitment. Excitement, not loyalty. Attention, not investment. That's the painful truth behind many of these situations. You can't buy real desire. You can't buy genuine respect. You can't buy long-term love. You can only buy moments, temporary experiences that feel exciting in the moment but vanish quickly. What she thought was connection was often performance. What she thought was passion was novelty. What she thought was empowerment was distraction. The young man isn't trying to hurt her, he is simply living in a different stage of life, with different priorities and different goals. He wants fun, freedom, adventure. He isn't thinking about the long-term future, but she is. And the gap between what she wants and what he can give becomes clearer over time. Social media encourages the fantasy and hides the reality. It shows the highlights, not the heartbreak. It praises the independence but ignores the emotional cost. It celebrates the glow but hides the tears. It tells her she's winning even when she's hurting. The truth is simple. Attention from a younger man feels good, but it's not always stable, deep, or lasting. It can fill a temporary emptiness, but it rarely solves the deeper problem. And when the excitement fades, she is left facing the same questions she tried to escape. The questions about aging, self-worth, and what she really wants from love, connection, and life. The mismatch. The biggest problem in these relationships isn't just age, it's the huge difference in life stage. She is in a period of life where she wants stability, real connection, and meaningful plans. She wants deep conversations, clear direction, and a partner who understands responsibilities. She dreams about relaxing weekends away, nice dinners, quiet mornings, and someone who listens and cares about her feelings. She wants emotional safety and a future she can count on. He is in a completely different chapter. For him, life is still about fun, experiences, trying new things, and keeping things light. He enjoys the attention, the novelty, the excitement of being with someone older who treats him well. But his goals are not the same. He may not be thinking about the next 5 years or even the next 5 months. He wants freedom, adventure, and maybe a little help financially or emotionally. He likes the story, not the long-term commitment. When they talk, she wants discussions about important life topics: kids, work, health, finances, plans for the future. He wants to talk about games, new movies, social media trends, gym routines, or what his friends are doing. It's not that he's wrong or immature, it's that he is in a different phase of life. What matters to her simply isn't what matters to him. Their daily rhythms don't match either. She might be tired by the evening after work, kids, chores, and responsibilities. She wants dinner, maybe a movie, and early sleep. He gets energy at night. He's ready to go out at 11 p.m., meet friends, hit clubs, or scroll on dating apps. While she is winding down, he is gearing up. Then there's the emotional mismatch. She wants depth. She wants someone who understands her fears, her hopes, her stress, and her past. She wants someone who has lived a little, someone who can talk about real-life challenges. He may not understand what she's going through because he hasn't lived long enough or faced those kinds of responsibilities yet. When she talks about her kids, her ex, or her worries, he may feel overwhelmed or simply uninterested. Money becomes another major issue. A woman in her 40s or 50s often has a job, a home, savings, and responsibilities to maintain. A younger man might still be figuring out his career, paying off debts, or living paycheck to paycheck. When they go out, she ends up paying more, not because she wants to, but because she can. Over time, this shifts the dynamic. She begins to feel like the provider, not the partner. She starts to resent it, even if she pretends she doesn't mind. He, on the other hand, gets comfortable. Why say no to someone willing to spend? He keeps his options open, often without meaning to hurt her. Younger men naturally have more opportunities because they're in the age range where dating is wide open. Meanwhile, she feels the window closing. This creates emotional imbalance. She wants certainty, he wants flexibility. She thinks ahead, he thinks about today. She buys gifts and plans trips. He wonders how long the fun will last. This difference in life stage is more powerful than age alone. Age can be just a number, but life stages are not. They shape goals, priorities, energy, habits, and values. Two people can be 20 years apart and still connect emotionally. Yes, it happens. But when they are living completely different types of lives, the relationship becomes a daily struggle. It's not the years that separate them, it's the responsibilities, expectations, and experiences. In the end, she wants real love, real commitment, real partnership. He wants fun, attention, and the thrill of being desired. She thinks she found something meaningful. He thinks he found something temporary. She hopes it will grow into something solid. He assumes it will eventually fade. The gap isn't just age, it's maturity, experience, lifestyle, goals, and timing. And no matter how good the chemistry is, life stage differences eventually show up and demand to be noticed. They can't be ignored forever. Double standards and public pressure. When it comes to dating younger partners, the world treats men and women very differently. People cheer when a 50-year-old man dates a 25-year-old woman. They call him successful, attractive, or still got it. But when a 45-year-old woman dates a 28-year-old man, people roll their eyes, whisper behind her back, or accuse her of being desperate. This double standard is unfair, but it is very real. Society tells men they get better with age and tells women they lose value as they age. For men, aging is linked to power, money, and stability. A man's value in the dating world often increases with wealth, experience, and status. He can be gray, wrinkled, and still considered attractive because these things are seen as signs of maturity and success. People expect men to date younger women, so when they do, no one is shocked. Some even admire it. But for women, aging comes with pressure. Society constantly tells women they must stay young, beautiful, and energetic forever. The world sells them creams, surgeries, diets, hair treatments, clothes, and fitness plans, all promising youth. So when a woman ages and starts dating someone younger, people judge her more harshly. Instead of praise, she gets labels: cougar, trying too hard, embarrassing, insecure. The same behavior that is praised in men is mocked in women. This problem gets louder online. Social media makes everything look bigger and shinier than it is. Celebrity women dating younger men, like Jennifer Lopez, Madonna, or Demi Moore, are shown as examples of empowerment. Their photos are glamorous, professionally edited, and backed by millions of dollars. They have personal trainers, stylists, chefs, and beauty experts. They live in a world where looking young forever is possible because they can afford it. But most women don't live in that world. They have real jobs, real bills, real stress, and real aging. Expecting a normal, working woman to live like a Hollywood star is unrealistic. Yet social media creates that illusion. It tells women they can have the same results just by being confident or loving themselves. It hides the cost: money, time, surgery, personal staff, and endless image control. Ads and brands love this pressure. They profit from insecurity. They want women to feel anxious about their age, so they buy more products. They create messages like 40 is the new 20 or age doesn't matter because those lines sell solutions: skincare, fashion, gym memberships, plastic surgery, dating apps, self-help books, retreats. The message isn't about empowerment, it's about money. At the same time, media shows older men as desirable and successful because it benefits industries too. It keeps older men spending on cars, clothes, watches, vacations, grooming, and dating platforms. Society benefits financially when older men feel powerful and older women feel insecure. Culture also creates pressure behind the scenes. Women who choose younger men hear criticism from parents, friends, co-workers, even their own children. People treat them differently in public. Older women with younger partners get stares, judgment, and comments disguised as concern. The message is always the same: you're not supposed to do this. So the woman feels stuck between wanting happiness and fearing embarrassment. She wants freedom, but knows people are watching. She wants romance, but knows the world is ready to judge. Meanwhile, the same society that shames her encourages older men to do the exact same thing. This double standard creates emotional stress. It pushes women to hide relationships, pretend they don't care, or act stronger than they feel. They try to appear confident even when they feel insecure inside. The pressure becomes heavy and constant, coming from every direction: family, media, culture, friends, and strangers online. In the end, the problem isn't that women date younger men. The problem is the world around them, full of unrealistic expectations, unfair judgment, and social pressure that hits women much harder than men. Family, friends, and fallout. When a woman in midlife suddenly starts dating a much younger man, the impact spreads far beyond her and him. It touches her kids, her friends, her work, her home life, and even her own sense of stability. At first, she may feel alive again, excited, seen, and energized, but the ripple effects around her can get complicated very quickly. For kids, the situation can feel confusing, embarrassing, or hurtful. They see their mom acting differently, posting more selfies, going out more, dressing younger, or spending time with someone close to their age. Children at any age want stability. They want to feel safe and respected. When a young man suddenly enters the picture, the kids may not know how to handle it. Some might become distant. Some might become angry. Some may feel they are losing their mother to a lifestyle that doesn't include them anymore. They might not say anything, but the discomfort shows in how they act, what they avoid, and how they respond at home. It's not just about jealousy, it's about feeling their family is changing in ways they don't understand. Friends can see the red flags early, but many hesitate to speak up because they don't want to be accused of judging or being unsupportive. When someone finally does warn her gently, telling her to slow down or be careful, it often backfires. She might feel criticized and cut that friend off or distance herself from them. It becomes easier for her to surround herself with people who cheer her on, even if their encouragement is shallow or temporary. Real friends want the best for her, not just the most exciting moment. But during this phase, she may not want honesty. She wants validation. Work can start to suffer too. When emotions run high, when late nights become normal, or when drama builds, it can affect focus, energy, and decision-making. Someone who was once reliable and calm might start missing deadlines, showing less interest, or being distracted. A younger partner might bring more stress than stability, unexpected arguments, financial pressure, or emotional roller coasters. It distracts her from her goals and responsibilities. Careers built over years can get shaken in a matter of months when personal chaos replaces personal clarity. Vacation romances can look like magic, but often they are not what they seem. A flirtation on a tropical trip can feel thrilling: sunset dinners, attention, compliments, fun nights out. But when the vacation ends, the dynamic changes. What felt like passion might have been interest in the lifestyle, the gifts, or the temporary excitement. Some younger men see older women from wealthier countries as opportunities, someone who might spend money, offer experiences, or help financially. It's not always malicious, sometimes it's survival, but it can leave the woman confused, thinking the feelings were real when they were mostly situational. Social media makes everything louder. When she posts pictures with a younger man, the comments pour in, "You look amazing," "Love wins," "Age doesn't matter," "Do you?" These comments feel empowering. They give her confidence, support, and a sense of belonging. But the same people cheering often disappear when things get rough. When the relationship ends, when she feels embarrassed, when she starts struggling emotionally, those supportive voices fall silent. She is left alone with the consequences while the cheering crowd moves on to the next person's story. The real cost of these choices isn't just financial, though money can certainly be lost through gifts, trips, rent payments, or helping the younger partner. The deeper cost is emotional. She may lose trust in herself. She may feel ashamed or regret decisions she made while chasing a feeling. She may lose connections with her kids or friendships that have lasted many years. And she might lose time she can't get back, time she could have used to heal, grow, or rebuild herself from a grounded place. Dignity is another thing that can take a hit, not because of judgment from others, but because of how she feels looking back. Why did I do that? Why did I ignore the signs? Why did I push people away who cared about me? These thoughts can hurt more than the breakup itself. In the end, fallout doesn't happen all at once. It builds slowly: one strained friendship, one awkward conversation with a teenage child, one financial decision she regrets, one social media post she wishes she could delete. And eventually, she realizes the thing she was running toward wasn't as real as she believed, and the things she was running away from, family, stability, self-respect, were more valuable than she thought. How it usually ends. Most of these relationships don't last long. The younger man usually moves on to someone closer to his age who shares his lifestyle, energy, goals, and future plans. The older woman often ends up alone again, facing the same feelings she tried to escape: uncertainty, fear of aging, and questions about her worth. Meanwhile, her ex-husband or previous partner may have moved forward, found stability, or even built a new relationship. She then has to face the emotional weight of what happened: the breakup, the financial stress, the embarrassment, and the painful truth that the younger man was never meant to be a long-term partner. But yes, sometimes age gap relationships do succeed, though these cases are rare. And even then, they require big adjustments. The woman usually takes on the role of provider, emotionally or financially. They deal with judgment from friends, family, and strangers. They face comments, whispers, and assumptions. They live in different life stages and must constantly make compromises to stay connected. She may want calm nights and routine, he may still want parties and adventure. She has responsibilities, kids, bills, aging parents. He is often still figuring himself out. The pressure from these differences never fully disappears. Love might exist, but keeping the relationship healthy demands patience, maturity, and a willingness to ignore the outside world. Even in the best cases, it is not an easy road. Straight talk and next steps. If you're feeling the pull, ask, am I moving toward real life or away from fear? Seek worth beyond likes and bedroom praise. Work on the marriage if it can be saved, or choose partners who share your stage and values. If you're the husband, know it's not only about you. Set boundaries, protect finances, choose counseling or clean exits. Midlife can be wise, steady, and rich when you stop chasing a rush and start building what lasts.